Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this video, if you could just hit that button down below, that would massively help me out. And also before we get into it, the Leeds Creator Cup is rapidly approaching. 20th of July at the John Charles Centre for Sport in Leeds. If you go ahead and go down to the link in the description below, you can get your tickets today for a great family fun day out, all in aid of Prostate Cancer UK. So today's video then is talking about free agents or agents who will become free on the 1st of July. Now, I've picked out a few here. I did a short about this the other day, /TikTok, and people decided that they would like to see more of this. So these are a few players that I've picked out, and they're all going to be squad players other than maybe one or two. So we've got 5 today. The first one is, again, it's a little bit rogue. It is a winter, sorry, it just says that on the screen. Andis Bardy. Now, Andis Bardy played for Levante in the Spanish league for years, and he was somebody who was a great set piece taker, a creative number 10. He's now 29 years old and is North Macedonian, so a countryman of Alioski, and he would be available from the 1st of June. 1st of July 2025. He's somebody who this season has 2 goals, 1 in the Turkish Cup, 1 in the Super League, which is the Turkish league, and 4 assists in the league as well, and is somebody who is very good from set pieces. So look, yeah, he's not the most astonishing player you've ever heard of, but I definitely think that he is somebody who could come off the bench and make a difference in a game. More creative than somebody like Brendan Aronson, a bit less running in him, but certainly would be a kind of squad option, Andis Bardy, for somebody like Leeds in the Premier League. It's not the most astonishing deal you could possibly think of, and to be honest, I think it's one of the worst ones that we've got in this list, but I do think that there's potential there that it could be a clever bit of work to get that bit of experience in there. Let me know what you think of Andis Bardy and whether you've ever seen him play when he was in the Spanish league. He's currently in the Turkish league. He only signed a 6-month contract. So I don't think that necessarily this one would ever happen, but I do think that these are the kind of deals where we might look at them and go, do you know what, for free essentially, and for a bit of wages, it might be a good idea to have that kind of experience in the squad. The next one then is Altanaka's countryman Kanya Fujimoto. Now, Kanya Fujimoto plays for Gil Vicente in the Portuguese first tier, and in 30 appearances this season, he has 5 goals and 6 assists, which is a very, very good return. He can play in the attacking midfield role primarily. He's a number 10, like Andis Bardy, but can also play out on the right wing as well if you needed him to. So I do think he's somebody who again could offer something a little bit different. Now, he's only 25, so there's potential for him to grow as well, and I do think with the kind of goals and assists that he's got this season, that he would be somebody who I'd be interested in. Compared to Marcel Hartel, in terms of midfielders that he's compared against, who is somebody who I did say that Leeds should have signed when we were back in the Championship. Versus attacking midfielders, he's compared to people like Callum O'Hare, who obviously had a good season, compared to Ricardo Horta as well, who's really good for Braga. So I think, yeah, it's one to be kind of aware of, that he's coming up for free. His pass completion rate is really high, 79.3%, up in the 87th percentile, and assists 0.2 per 90 puts him in the 67th percentile. That's compared to attacking midfielders and wingers, though, which I do think it should only be compared to number 10s, attacking midfielders, but it's compared to wingers as well. So Kanya Fujimoto then is one that's free, apparently with a value of around 4 million euros. Could be somebody who could come in and fill up a spot on the bench and be a decent player to bring off the bench if you were to sign him. The next one then is somebody who we've been linked with before, and I know that I think Andrea mentioned him a few weeks ago, Nicolas Tagliafico, who we've been linked with last time we were in the Premier League. Bielsa wanted him. He's now 32 years old. His contract expires, of course, at the same time as all the other ones in this video. A value of around 6 million euros. For Lyon this season, 24 appearances, 3 goals and 3 assists in Ligue 1, and 2 goals in the Europa League as well. So, yes, he's older than a lot of the players here, and people will say, well, don't sign him, but sign him on a 1-year deal, and you've got a very competent left back who is way up there for a lot of his statistics. His amount of shots he's having per 90 versus fullbacks is 1.19, which puts him in the 90th percentile. Progressive passes, 4.31 puts him in the 68th percentile. Touches in the attacking penalty area, 2.24 puts him in the 81st percentile. And an important one that a lot of Leeds fans look for as well is his ability to defend as a left back. So tackles, 2.75 per 90, puts him in the 89th percentile. Interceptions, 1.6 per 90, 94th percentile. Aerials, 1.19 per 90, puts him in the 75th percentile. And of course, in terms of his goal scoring as well, he's done really well in that aspect. So I think somebody like Nicholas Tagliafico is probably one of the most realistic and good signings that we should make here. You know, he's nearly 33, but if you sign him on a 1-year deal, you've got a very decent, competent left back there, and I think it's important to have a look at players like that. In the same vein, Kyle Walker-Peters, who is now 28 years old, a value of 15 million euros. He is going to be leaving Southampton in the summer. 2 assists this season, but that's not necessarily what we're looking at. He played as a right back all season for Southampton in their relegation season. And when we look at his statistics, it's his passing statistics and his running statistics that stand out. His pass completion rate is 88.2%, 95th percentile. Progressive carries, does he run with the ball? Does he carry it forward? Yeah, 3.52 per 90 puts him in the 93rd percentile. Successful take-ons, 1.17 per 90, 90th percentile. In terms of his shooting and creating chances, it's a lot lower, all around average for those. And his defending stats are very low as well in a team that was under the cosh a lot of the time. But possession-wise, Kyle Walker-Peters would be a bit of a monster charging up that right-hand side. A little bit like Jayden Bogle, but better. So he's on £20,000 a week, which is not a massive amount for a Premier League fullback and a Premier League player. 28 years old, just turned 28. So I think it's a no-brainer to at least make the inquiry. He might have a better club that come in. I'll take that back. Not a better club. A club that are in a better position at the moment come in and want to pay his wages and give him that opportunity, and he might choose to take that. But I do think that Leeds should at least put the feelers out for somebody who is not yet 30, in his prime, really, really carries the ball well. So I think it's important to have a look at him. This one is kind of the most unrealistic one. This one's Tyreek Mitchell. Tyreek Mitchell, his contract expires again on the 1st of July. His value is 25 million euros. It's likely that he's going to be picked up by a Spurs, an Arsenal, even a West Ham, somebody like that, I think, who are more established in the league on a free. But he does offer you good positions in terms of being able to play left back, being able to play on the left hand side of midfield as well. I've had Palace fans on TikTok when I made the YouTube short and TikTok about this say, "Oh, why would he go to you?" And I had a good Leeds fan in the comments saying because we're a much bigger club. But Tyreek Mitchell, when you look into his statistics, he's on £40,000 a week. 5 assists this season in the Premier League, 0 goals. Of course, they've got a Europa League campaign coming up, so he may choose to sign another deal there. But in terms of his assists, 0.15 per 90, 74th percentile. This one's important as well. Expected assisted goals, 0.19 per 90, puts him in the 91st percentile, i.e. he's put it on a plate for people, but they've missed, and it's kind of skews the statistics of how many he's actually done. But he's very good defensively. That's the thing about Tyreek Mitchell. 2.65 tackles per 90 puts him in the 86th percentile, and 1.98 blocks per 90 puts him in the 99th percentile, so the top 1% of Europeans' top 5 leagues. So he's someone to certainly have a look at. Look, I think if Leeds are being ambitious, and I think they'll be putting feelers out in all directions. So I think what's important is that Leeds go, would you be open to joining us? If they wouldn't, that's fine. But you go then and have a look at Nicholas Tagliafico, Kyle Walker-Peters. The 3 that I think we should definitely have a look at is Tyreek Mitchell, Kyle Walker-Peters, and Nicholas Tagliafico from this video. The other 2 are a bit more out there, a bit more, this could work, than the other ones. But out of the other 2, Andis Bardy and Fujimoto, I think Fujimoto would be somebody from Gil Vicente that Leeds could get and basically put him on the bench and say, anytime we need to create a goal, break down a low block, bring him on. So yeah, this is just a little fun kind of look at what might be available on the free agents list come the 1st of July. So let me know what you think down in the comments below of these players. Any others that you've noticed on that list that you think we should take a look at realistically. And yeah, thanks for watching these lately, and I'll see you in the next one.